Take a look at me now. Take a look at me now. Running things in this land. Can't you see? I don't care who you are.
Time check, it is some 28 minutes to the top of the hour, 7 a.m. And you know it's certainly going to be a great day with DJ Abiam at the helm of Music Affairs. It's the best breakfast show in all of the land, and yes, we do say so ourselves. A very, very warm welcome one more time, and this is 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
Keep your head up high and standing tall and rising.
We would typically kick things off with Felicity Appiah-Ampofo, chief forecaster with the Ghana Met. But yesterday she did put us on notice. G-Met is on strike. I'm pretty sure the strike is still ongoing. And sadly, if you are looking forward to some updates on the G-Met's social media handles, I'm afraid you won't find any updates there either. Well, Felicity Appiah-Ampofo, good morning to you wherever you are. I'm sure you've kicked your feet up as you are on strike this morning.
I never give up on it. Bring it on.
And at least until the foreseeable future.
No matter how you try, don't you ever fall. Keep your head up high and standing tall. Bring it on. Bring it on. Are you ready?
Once again on the unfolding drama in Ghana's parliament. The fracas that continues to grip the nation as the stakes rise, tensions flare, and the voices of our lawmakers grow louder. We'll be diving deep into the heart of the matter, dissecting every angle with insight and clarity. And I believe that's what's lacking in this whole situation, is the insight and also the clarity. Hughes Sixtus Ullo joining me in the studio. Today you have your braces on. Family. It appears that today you're ready for business.
Ghana, I stand for Ghana, I stand by Ghana.
Oh, my friend. This year I stand with Ghana, dear.
No, I am for Ghana.
It's
see
laced
my
with
cufflinks.
I love that.
Yes. It's Ghana. One
I
mommy,
really like it.
Zoom in.
I really like it. One
let
mommy.
Helen see the
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
You say you stand with Ghana.
It's Ghana.
Well, that's what is missing in the conversation, some level of clarity. And yesterday when we opened up the conversation concerning, titles, the issue of titles, who is called majority, who is called minority, Appiah-Ampofo is still unhappy with the way that the media is describing him at the moment, the title that we have decided to go with. So as it stands now, we're I suppose describing each side as, or the leaders as leader of the NPP in the House of Parliament and leader of the NDC in the House of Parliament. Sixtus, it's only fair, isn't it? We're just reporting on what's going on.
But you recall I said that some people will begin to blame the media for this one too. And whilst at Parliament yesterday, I encountered some of that. I think about 3 or 4 people ask me why the media is doing this to Ghana. And I'm like, what again? What have we done this time around? What is our crime this time? We are the ones who are very interested in who is majority leader, who is... I said, no, we beg you. This particular offense, dear, we are very innocent. We are not doing anything. We are merely following what the MPs themselves are saying or doing. And so on this particular occasion, we beg you, forgive us, but it is not us. It is
well, certainly buckle up, because today's show is all about unpacking the crucial issues that shape our democracy.
No, but having said that, Helen, I think I need to, not that I think, I believe so firmly that I need to applaud the Speaker of the Republic of Ghana.
Why are we applauding Honorable?
The Right Honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbing. Abian, play that thing for me. You know, at the point that we're all expecting, you know, when he took his seat yesterday, by then the NPP side had already vacated the floor.
Were there a few of them lurking around, or had they all vacated?
Not on the floor officially. In fact, even outside, they were not there. Okay. So there was... I ran into Sarah Jo Asafo, your MP.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes,
she was there.
She was there. Who was leaving the premises back to the Job 600
Were you able to have a conversation with her?
No, she declined.
I see.
Yes, and she said she needed to...
But I thought that's what your crony.
You said it again?
I thought that was one of your friends, cronies.
Why are you whispering? I can hear you.
She declined to have a conversation with you, or declined to have a conversation with the media?
The media generally.
Right.
Yes, but...
Not media general, but the media generally. I'm with you.
Generally, not media general.
Surely.
Yes, but I did speak with her on the side. Yes, she's one of my friends.
Okay. These days, you know, you don't know.
I did speak with her on the side.
Right.
And she said that, well, with all that is happening, one just has to be careful. And at the time that she was actually there with us, the rest of her team was in their offices at the Job 600 area.
Right.
And so they were not around. She wanted to get over there, see what was happening. And so she didn't think that it was the right time to grant any interviews. But then she said we could still try again to have another interview. Helen Appiah, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Helen is about giving up on you.
Truly.
And I also did see the Honorable Kennedy Ejapong, who also passed through and turned down all requests for interviews. Generally.
Right.
And kept calling us social media journalists.
Wow. Interesting.
But you could tell that everybody was expecting Speaker Bagbing to say majority leader. That's referring to the outer force inside. Yes, normally they will say any indication as to the next direction. But he held himself. Even when 2 members from the NDC side rose to their feet to make some corrections to the vote of proceedings that had been recorded.
So I think I saw Roxanne Nelson Dafemakpo.
And you saw that
up.
Even they were confused as to whether a majority, minority. I think Roxanne said the majority leader, the minority leader, the MPP side.
So even the MPs in the House are faced with this conundrum of how to accurately describe which side is what. And yet it's the media that is under so much fire, on the receiving end of so much heat. Why? So you were there at least to actually feel the temperature.
Yes. And I really applaud the Speaker for how he handled.
But Sixtus, bear with me. I was listening to Honorable Appiah-Ampofo, and he said that in the sort of, I don't know how you correctly term it, the pre-meetings that typically will happen with the speaker and the leaders of both sides, he claims that in that meeting, Honorable Speaker referred to him as majority leader. We were not there, of course, but I heard him on a different platform making that assertion. Does that then fuel even more confusion? Because if that's what the speaker was saying in this closed door meeting, and yet when he came to the floor he had a different disposition, could there be a situation where there is some some kind of different conversation on the back end to what we are privy to?
There are 3 or 4 interviews we'll play this morning.
Okay.
One is with the leader Appiah-Ampofo, majority leader Appiah-Ampofo, NPP leader Appiah-Ampofo, minority leader Appiah-Ampofo, whichever one suits you. So one is with leader Appiah-Ampofo. Just after the leadership meeting, so there was a meeting between the leadership of the NDC side, leadership of the NPP side, and the speaker before speaker came out to preside over the sitting. And right after that meeting, we had an interview with the Honorable Appiah-Ampofo, and he said that the speaker had acknowledged receipt of or service of the decision of the Supreme Court on him, and that the speaker was going to officially communicate to the House his decision on the matter. Now, whether that decision was going to be that the speaker would comply with the decision of the court and revert the House to the status quo ante, or that the speaker was going to put aside the decision of the Supreme Court and tell himself that Parliament is independent and does not or is not subject to court decisions, we don't know.
Indeed.
The Honorable Appiah-Ampofo did not mention that in that interview.
Okay.
He said that there was a push, or no, they were waiting for the speaker to come out and officially communicate that before they would then take up their seats in Parliament for proceedings to go ahead. And so they were going back to their offices to wait for the speaker's communication before they would then take up their seat.
Okay.
The second interview you would hear is from the chief whip, a deputy chief whip.
On which side?
On the NDC side, the Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, MP for Banda, who said that in that meeting, the speaker had said that, well, I have made a decision, but I cannot communicate that decision to you here, leadership. It's a communication to the House and has to be made in the House. So, members of Parliament, go take up your seats. Let me deliver my communication or my decision. And according to the Deputy Chief Whip for the NDC, the NPP side decided to tell the Speaker to instruct the NDC side to move from the majority side, that's the Speaker's right-hand side, to his left-hand side, take up the seats there, which is designated for the minority, so that the majority would take up their side, so the proceedings.
But even
would
that would have its own connotations.
Exactly. So the speaker declined, according to the leader, the chief whip, the deputy chief whip for the side. The speaker declined and said that it was not his duty to instruct who to sit where. There's a marshal office, and indeed the setup is done by the marshal office. So the name tags that you typically see, all of that arrangement is done. So when you walk into the House of Parliament, there's already a designated seat for you. As a member of the minority side or of the majority side, as a front bencher or as a back bencher or middle bencher. All of that arrangement is made already before you, MP, walk into the House. So he was waiting for that arrangement to be done. But if you were the officer in charge of that arrangement, would you put yourself on the line like that? No. So that agreement couldn't be reached in that meeting. And the speaker said that, well, if you, leadership, small group of men and women of parliament, you cannot agree on this matter and resolve the situation, then he, speaker, would also not be able to resolve it. And so he is going to involve National House of Chiefs, the Council of State, and other prominent institutions.
Indeed.
We'll listen to those interviews. And that's where you'll see that it's not an easy decision for the speaker.
The speaker to make. I mean, yesterday you could hear a pin drop when he finally made an appearance in Parliament. Everybody was eagerly waiting to hear what he had to say about the matter. I was in the makeup room, and I mean, we were all just waiting to hear from him. And well, that is the outcome. We'll go on a very quick break. When we come back, we unpack the issues even more. But trust me, this morning promises to be a lovely and informative ride, because of course the consequences on the speaker's decision mean that government business is at a standstill at the moment. We know that there are a number of items that government is looking to push through, at least pass through, before we hit the polls come December 7th. So we'll also unpack what that means going forward, what the next 14 days mean, what is the symbolism behind that.
But we also understand that and before the close of today, would be hearing something from the NPP side, trying to get the speaker to reconvene the House. That is also
because
something
the NPP side will be very eager to return to business. There is some pressing business that needs to be conducted.
Exactly.
And in fact, for all of us as Ghanaians, it's in our best interest that Parliament business goes on as it should. But very interesting times and days ahead. And a lot of you also sharing your sentiments on social media. Do keep it coming. You can find us on X, on Facebook, also on Instagram at 3FM 92.7. Many of you predicted a showdown. Well, was it quite the showdown? We'll be back shortly.
Fa, send us money to take care of your nephews. Now they are back from school.
Last month, I sent you guys money. What happened to all that?
Fa, the challenges with the free SHS has taken all the money. I send the boys money weekly to buy food to eat because of the feeding challenges confronting their school. Aside that, they are back in the house on vacation due to the double track traffic light system. And now I have to look for money to enroll them in private classes.
Baba, I understand your frustrations. Thankfully, the next NDC government under John Mahama will maintain and improve the free SHS program to make it work.
How will that be done?
The double track system will be abolished. A dedicated source of funding will be provided. Private SHS will be added.
Wow.
Food procurement will be decentralized and the quality of learning outcomes improved.
This will be a huge relief for us as parents and even for our wards in senior high school.
Exactly. That is why you must tell your friends to vote for the Mahama-led NDC come December 7th.
Wafa, no shaking cry. We have already advised ourselves. Who doesn't want quality?
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
The luckiest
Star 712 hash.
luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed star 712 hash and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Dial star 712 hash. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial star 712 hash. Now I can to tickets as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now when Nisika Kessie, prizes are Kessie in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash. Now join in the winning streak now.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
3FM 92.7. Urban Lifestyle Radio Station.
This is 3FM 92.7. Your election command center.
It's 45 days to election 2024. You have to make your voice heard at the polls.
3FM 92.7 Urban Lifestyle Radio Station.
It's 45 days to election 2024. You have to make your voice heard at the polls.
You have to make your voice heard at the polls. Some 45 days to go. We thought the time would never come, but how crazy is that, Sixtus? 45 days to go. And you know, this particular year, the year of 2024, very, very busy election year. Some 66 countries head to the polls, have already head to the polls, and big decisions to be made. And for us here at your election command center, we're keeping you informed before, during, and after the elections. Myself and Sixtus Ullo, we have some newspapers here in front of us. We'll run through the headlines and then we'll get into the details. The News Center newspaper says Ghana card for Ghanaians abroad officially launched in Denmark. Okay, that story is captured on page 10. So in Denmark, Ghana card is launched. I don't know if that means you can acquire one in Denmark. We'll get into it.
Let's see.
Page 10 of the paper.
We've been struggling to get Ghanaians abroad to vote. It's been a huge problem. In some way, somehow, we are able to give Ghanaians abroad
Ghana card.
Wow.
Well, following a successful pilot registration of Ghanaians in Canada and the US, the National Identification Authority, NIA, has officially launched the Ghana card registration for Ghanaians living abroad in Copenhagen, Denmark. The NIA plans to expand the registration to other key European cities, including Berlin, Amsterdam, Rome, Brussels, and Paris, as part of its first phase of the international rollout. And it goes on to talk about the successful pilot in North America. Now, to make the process more accessible, the NIA has introduced an online registration system. So applicants can start by filling out forms, paying the necessary fees, and booking the appointments online. Now, the final step is an in-person visit to the nearest Ghanaian mission for biometric capture. This method offers flexibility and convenience for Ghanaians living abroad. Something tells me it'll be even easier for those, our brothers and sisters, many thousands of miles away to acquire this card. This sounds very simple. Go online and then avail yourself for biometric capturing. Well, it's been launched in Denmark officially, and there are other
so if you're in Denmark,
countries
you
to go
to Copenhagen for registration.
You register online, and the final step is to capture your fingerprint and whatever else.
They'll wait for how many years to get the card, the actual card?
They didn't tell us how long that process is in terms of the time frame to receive it. But there are some pictures here of some persons who have gleefully received their card. I can't see. Okay, yes, Ghana card.
That is the NHIA boss. Not NHIA.
NIA.
NIA boss. And that looks like. Okay, let me.
I think this gentleman lives in maybe Copenhagen, or maybe it's a picture from other. You know, they say it started in North America.
The young man looks very familiar.
You know him?
Anyway, it's okay.
Does it look familiar? Sixtus, are your glasses firmly on? So that's the story there captured in the News Center paper.
My only concern with all of this, and I mean, we need to applaud the NIA actually. It's a bold step. It's a good thing. Not to leave Ghanaians living abroad out of the things that we do at home. I mean, if we are thinking about taxing them, then we might as well make sure that they get all the things that we get at home in terms of identity and registration, and also in terms of voting. But you see, we still have a problem where there's non-communication among state institutions regards our identity and identity cards. You see, I don't see why I should go through this process with the NIA. I go to vote, and the EC would have to start a completely different and new voter registration process altogether.
Right.
I need a driver license, and I would have to go through a completely different registration altogether. I need a passport, and I would have to go through a completely different process altogether. I don't know why we do that. Why can't we have, if the NIA is our central and national database, why can the NIA not just ship my information over to a DVLA if I want a driver license? The NIA will just ship my information over to the DVLA. DVLA picks up that information, including my biometric details,
right,
and process that card for me. I don't have to go and sit at the DVLA for hours going through all of that process when I had joined a long queue for my Ghana card. It has taken me a month, a year or two to eventually get the card. So at the end of the day, we are wasting money as a country.
And productive hours as well, with all these queuing and all of that.
Because you are wasting my time keeping me in your office for me to go through all of that process. So really, what is the essence of the Ghana card? Really, what is the essence of the Ghana card? Why would the NIA have to capture my biometric details, capture my all the other details, my name, age, height, all of those things? Why? Telcos would need my information, or they need to register my SIM card, and I still have to go through the same registration with my telco. So at the point that I sign off with my telco, that they can pick my biometric details from the NIA to register a SIM card for me, it shouldn't be a problem.
Certainly.
So are we going,
or are we coming? All right, well, still sticking with the New Center newspaper. Public rally government support for Springfield during stakeholder engagement ahead of appraisal drilling. NPP chose peace over violence. That's coming from Afenyo Marking. And the New Center newspaper says Alexander Afenyo Marking, majority leader. The New Center knows something that we don't know. Free SHS has not lowered education quality, and that's coming from Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe. Over 82,000 passports not collected by owners. If you have your passport pending, it's time to pick it up. The Daily Post newspaper.
Is it not because people got tired
of waiting
and of queuing and of chasing the passport office?
They are ready. Please go for it.
So they shouldn't put the story as if they've printed the passports and people are not coming for them.
Yes,
I mean, it's not fair to the people.
But now it's here. Please go for the passport.
So
let's clear the backlog.
Change the headline.
Go for the passport. This is the New Center.
Elvis, change your headline.
Good morning, Elvis. The Daily Post this morning. Mahama pledges to fix Katamanso roads, and we won't meet NPP with Bibles while they use guns. Hannah Bissiu warns, and that's the national organizer of the NDC. Dr. Hannah Louisa Bissiu Kote says that we're not going to meet them with Bibles if they have guns. A lot of interesting headlines this morning. I'm sure you pick up a certain newspaper and you'll be able to smell their leanings. Ghanaians hail Hero Bagwin following suspension of Parliament, and you can get more of that on pages 6 and 7. 6 so I see you have the Custodian newspaper. I'm curious to see what the front page has,
just say that
for us.
Which paper is that?
This one is titled The Daily Post.
Daily Post.
Yes.
Just say that the Daily Post agrees with me.
On what topic?
That Bagbin is the hero of this story.
I see. We'll see if your reasons align. We'll come back to this story.
The Custodian newspaper. Fearless, fair, and reliable. On the front page, NDC turning Parliament into lawless theatre. Afenyo Marking, pick up your passports, Mofa to applicants. The same headline.
Pick up your passports. I see. They are ready. The frustrations were there, but now the passport is ready.
I see that they have captured the face of the Foreign Affairs Minister who wants to become Commonwealth Secretary General.
Is that still pending? When do they actually
yes,
make it final?
I think the election is this month. No, next month.
Oh, I
November.
see. November,
yeah,
okay.
Election is November.
Interesting.
That's next month. Yeah, next month. I'm looking for the story. I'm looking for the part that you say we are sorry for all the inconvenience that we have caused you, but please, it is ready now. Come. Okay, let me read the rest of the headlines. We'll come back to it. Adaklu residents better off under NPP. Alaji Baumia is speaking. And AG files defense in 4 MPs case. That's also on that's on page 8 of the Custodian newspaper. We have that. So let me read the story here. Pick up your passports. Public service announcement. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration has once again announced that passports are available for collection at designated passport application centers for applicants who have had their biometric data captured, even though the ministry says some days ago entreated all applicants to pick up their passports. Many of them are yet to heed to the call, necessitated another reminder. Even though the ministry some days ago entreated all applicants to pick up their passports, many of them are yet to heed to the call, necessitating another reminder. In a public notice, the ministry urged all passport applicants who had submitted their applications since 2016, Helen, 2016, but had not yet collected their passports to visit their respective application centers. Quote, collection is available Monday through Friday between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Applicants are reminded to bring their collection slips for verification, the notice indicated, counting on the usual cooperation of passport applicants to undertake this important exercise. The number of passport booklets at the various parks are shown below, and they're listed. See, at the Accra Passport Application Center, Helen, there are 20,516 passports lying there, unretrieved.
How long have they been there for?
Since 2016. At the Premium Center, you've gone to pay premium 2016. Since 2016, premium. 7,820 passports are there. At the head office, 2,628 passports are there. So Accra alone is this is 27, 29, and then if you add all of this, let's just say about 50,000 passports
in Accra
alone. The owners haven't gone for them, and this is going way back to 2016. You can add Tema to that figure. Tema Center alone, there are 6,552 passports accounted for, but unretrieved by the applicants. Kumasi has 12,707. Takoradi has 3,012. Sunyani has 7,788. Imagine Sunyani. Sunyani is one of the freest, fast-paced. I know a lot of people who traveled from Accra, from Wa, from Tamale to Sunyani to go and do their passports there, because it's easier getting your passport done in Kumasi. There's no traffic. But they have 7,000 booklets lying there in Sunyani. The whole center has 4,000. Tamale Center has 6,000. Tamale Premium has 502. Kofrejua has 3,082 just here. Cape Coast has 6,000 and Wa has 555. So Wa has the least. No, actually, Tamale Premium Center has 502. So it's a big problem. The frustration with the process simply too much.
At the time when somebody was making this passport, they had money to afford tickets. Right now, the prices have skyrocketed. The incentive to even pick up that passport is nil. Others would have...
but you would have already paid the fees.
No, I'm talking about ticket. You wanted to fly out of the country.
Okay.
And the currency was way better for you.
Not even about the ticket. Maybe for whatever business you needed a passport.
It's gone now. The incentive to pick it up is even nil because you've lost out on some timelines, maybe some opportunities and so on and so forth. Somebody wanted to sponsor maybe a work trip or a pleasure trip. At the time that you were able to get the passport, that opportunity had long gone. Somebody would have died before the passport was even ready. So the frustrations definitely are indicative of why there are so many passports unclaimed
since
at this
2016, no. And that is why I'm saying that I expected to see an apology preceding this notice. Because, you see, the people have been frustrated so much that they probably just gave up. If I was working with a timeline, I've missed the timeline. What do I need it for again? I should still continue chasing.
It's ready now.
And if I'm in Accra, and I probably went to Sunyani, like I said.
Let's tell them to pick up their passports. It's here now. Yes, the frustrations have come and gone, but there are so many unclaimed passports at the various offices.
Are we out of the woods? Whatever problems there were at the passport office, have we resolved them? So the conversation is bigger than just making an announcement for people to come pick up their passports.
Yes.
And this goes way back to 2016. I'll say it again.
All right. Well, the center spread of the Daily Post has this story. We're going to get into it. And then, of course, we'll be opening up the phone lines in about 8 minutes or so. We call it Community Voices. You too can let your voice be heard. Lend your voice to the conversation. Ghanaians hail Hero Bagbin following suspension of Parliament. Now, Ghanaians are praising the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, following his decision to suspend Parliament. Alban Bagbin suspended Parliament amid much anticipation regarding which caucus would occupy the majority. His suspension keeps the NDC caucus, this is according to the Daily Post, as the majority until further notice, effectively making the NPP caucus the minority. Well, that's not if you're reading from the News Centre newspaper. They boldly declare Honourable Afenyo-Markin as majority. Well, the NPP MPs had earlier staged a walkout and failed to take their seats while the Speaker commenced the sessions. Well, Ghanaians are lauding Bagbin for his decision-making prowess and for maintaining order in Parliament. Notable figures praising him included there a number of media personalities mentioned. And they have their actual handles there. So quite interestingly,
this is a story held from
social media responses. So these are users of the platform, and yeah. According to the center spread, Ghanaians are happy with the decision. But we talk about the stalling of government business and what this means. What are the implications? How soon, can Parliament be reconvened to ensure that the business that needs to be conducted is effectively conducted?
Helen, there's no business, as far as I am concerned, there's no business more important than safeguarding and maintaining the peace that we enjoy, or Parliament itself enjoys. And that was what the Speaker did yesterday. And for me, that's more important than.
But is that a temporary fix? You say the
peace.
It's a temporary fix. Temporary, though. Because at some point we'll have to, whether we like it or confront the issue. You can pause it for a day, for 14, for however many days, but we have to confront the issue.
As I mentioned, Helen, in one of the interviews that we'll hear this morning from one of the members of leadership of Parliament, it is said that the Speaker is now seeking external intervention. And I mentioned this here again. If you recall, the other day I said that we needed, if we have any elders in this country, now is the time for them to step up and step in. If we have any voices of conscience left, or voices of morality, however we describe them, civil society, now is the time for them to step up and step in. And so I think that it's not something that the Speaker can handle by himself. Because as I see it, NDC wants to be acknowledged majority side. NPP is seeing themselves remaining majority side. And each of the two caucuses is stepping on something. The NDC side is stepping on the Speaker's declaration. The NPP side is stepping on the court ruling. there are a lot of all other conversations about the court ruling itself. Just yesterday, Justice Atuguba retired was talking about the invocation of the court's jurisdiction and that it was wrongly done. So all these are conversations that are coming up. And it all comes back to that one man to hold the fort, ensure that we don't slip away.
Certainly.
Whilst we seek the peace.
Certainly. Speaking of that one man, let's take a listen to that crucial moment where the Speaker, Honorable Alban Bagbin, adjourned the House indefinitely. When we come back, we'll take your calls and we call it Community Voices. Don't go too far. This is still 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
A copy of any of the official reports. So we'll proceed now
92.7
to
Urban Lifestyle Radio
item
Station.
5, formal communication by the Speaker.
FM 92.7 Urban Lifestyle Radio Station.
Honorable members, as you may recall, on Thursday, I informed the House, pursuant to Standing Order 18 of the Standing Orders of Parliament, on the occurrence of vacancies in the House in relation to 4 honorable members. Yesterday, I received a process from the Supreme Court, which is a ruling from the Supreme Court pursuant to an ex parte application directing Parliament to recognize and allow the 4 affected members of Parliament to duly represent their constituents and conduct full scope of duties of their offices as members of Parliament pending the final determination of a suit filed by Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin. By Article 102 of the Constitution, 1992, and Order 64.1 of the Standing Orders of Parliament, I note that we currently have a quorum to transact business, but not to take decisions.
3FM 92.7
I want to read the said Article 102 of the Constitution. It reads, a quorum of Parliament, apart from the person presiding, shall be 1/3 of all the members of Parliament. As presently constituted, the numbers definitely is far above 1/3 of the members of Parliament. But by Article 104, the numbers are not sufficient for us to take decisions. And I'll quote Article 104. Article 104.1 says, except as otherwise provided in this Constitution, matters in Parliament shall be determined by the votes of the majority of members present and voting, with at least half of all the members of Parliament present. Honorable members, we don't have
3FM 92.7
at least
Urban Lifestyle
half
Radio
of all the
Station.
members of Parliament present. Consequently,
Urban Lifestyle Radio
in view
Station.
of the current circumstances, the fact that there is a question on the composition and constitution of Parliament, and having regard to the public interest and the exigencies of the state of affairs in Parliament, I will proceed to, in accordance with Standing Orders 59, adjourn the House indefinitely. That is sine die.
92.7.
The cost of dialysis is an impossible burden to carry. Ever since this kidney failure diagnosis, we spend over 1,200 cedis every week. I keep asking if there's no intervention for persons suffering from chronic illnesses in society. Considering all these economic hardships, isn't the government thinking of us? Aren't they? Is the NPP government saying they can't do anything about this? Grandpa, I can't lose you, Grandpa.
A nation that doesn't care for its sick is herself sick. Ama's painful story is one of what many Ghanaians are going through today. But there is hope for Ghanaians under the next NDC government. John Mahama will create the Mahama Cares Fund to support the cost of treatment of people suffering chronic illnesses such as kidney failure, cancer, diabetes, sickle cell, hypertension, and other heart diseases. Ghanaians can access free healthcare at CHIPS compounds, health centers, clinics, and polyclinics, whether or not they have NHIS cards. These interventions will be major sources of relief for the millions of Ghanaians who are suffering from these chronic diseases and are often left to their own fates. Indeed, Mahama cares. Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Today, we thank you very much for your invaluable service to this great company, and we wish you well on your retirement. Cheers.
Thank you.
Happy retirement, Lay.
Thank you very much.
So are you staying or you are going back to Ghana?
I'm going back home, of course.
Wow. You really built?
I've got a home at Lakeside Estate.
Really?
Lakeside Hills is a dream come true, a community designed for all stages of life. Whether you're a growing family needing more space, a young professional looking for convenience, or someone seeking a peaceful retirement, Lakeside Hills has it all. With 2, 3, and 4 bedroom homes, there's something for everyone.
That's impressive. Exactly what I'm looking for. I have to start saving towards this.
See you back home.
Lakeside Hills, it's not just a place to live, it's a place to thrive.
Radio Development Show Host of the Year, 2016-2017.
And the winner is John Hughes. Check.
Hi, my name is Johnnie Hughes, your community rights advocate, and I'm still on the quest to bring smiles into your communities with Community Connect on 3FM 92.7. Join me this and every Friday morning at 9 a.m. right here on 3FM, and together we will solve the problems bothering your communities.
I know your program is a program that always get a result. Myself, I'm a witness to that.
What can we do to help your community today in terms of education, health, sanitation, security, and all the issues in between from your community's perspective? Tune in to Community Connect every Friday morning at 9 a.m. as we get interactive live on radio and on Twitter at 3FM927 and on Facebook at 3FM 92.7. Community Connect, helping solve your community problems.
This is 3FM 92.7, your election command center. This is 3FM 92.7, your election command center.
It's 45 days to election 2024. You have to make your voice heard at the polls. It's 45 days to election 2024. You have to make your voice heard at the polls.
59242717. Alternatively, you can reach us on 0556910154. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Who's speaking? Where are you calling us from?
Please, this is Bright from Abosokai.
Bright from Abosokai. Oh, Bright, I lost you. Please give us a call back. Let us know how Abosokai is doing this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Helen.
Eben. How are we doing?
I'm fine, you?
I'm doing fantastic. Great to hear from you.
Great to hear from you too.
Fantastic. You have the floor. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Let me say good morning to Elikli Maklugu, number 2 on the ballot for Domekwa Benya. John Mahama, number 8 for president. And you see, let me applaud what Speaker Gbagben this morning.
Why are you applauding him this morning?
For dazzling the MPP. You see, the MPP led by Appiah-Ampofo are the minority caucus. Things is smart. You see how he led his people astray? Because, you see, Helen, let's ask ourselves, should what? They did not work out in parliament and sit where they belong. Maybe the speaker's decision would have been different.
You think so?
Okay. Yes, because I was expecting them. Because look, now we all know, we have 271 members in parliament. Okay, and when we talk about the majority, we all know the NDC now is the majority because they have 136. So you go and sit at where this is, and see and watch whether the speaker, that was you know the speaker was what part of it was among the framers of the constitution because since inception, speaker has been in parliament since 93, 32 years from the notice.
That's right. You're not wrong.
Yes. So he knew what he has experience. So you go and see that because you met the speaker in his chambers, the leaders.
Indeed. That's right.
You see, so the speaker said, resume your seat. And you knew that what when it comes to parliamentary regulation, if you're in the chamber and you don't join where the perimeter, you are outside the box. Now that you are saying what speaker has what betrayed you or you are disappointed. You are not disappointed yet. You know the rules. And you see what? You say, oh, this thing. See, all what they are saying, what you need, for me in particular, I will continue to applaud the speaker. Because the speaker knows what he's doing. And I like the way that he allows his lawyers also to what? To file to counter the state of execution.
Certainly.
Last night, I listened to Ghana tonight.
Right.
I listened to what? The retired judge. Right. And I like the way he put it. He said, no, when it comes to what? Vacation of the sin, the Supreme Court they are wrong in taking that decision. They should have even referred the case to what? To the High Court. Because they have and he quoted the Constitution, Article 99, 1. So please, Chief Justice, because the way your predecessors are dissing you, it's enough.
Yeah, but thank you so much.
And don't be making fun of us in your church.
Thank you so much for your submission. I'll get on to my next caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning.
Who's speaking, please?
Yes, my name is Ima.
Ima?
From Amomole.
Amomole. Fantastic. Let's hear you. You have the floor.
Thank you very much. My focus is on the Supreme Court.
Talk to us.
Within these few weeks, those four constituencies, the representation, have really forgotten about their sequencing over a year. They denied those ascent of constituency. Animal Kingdom, 4 less good, 2 less bad. Listen, who loses now? Appiah-Ampofo and his cohorts. You have bills which you want Parliament to pass those bills. One,
indeed.
2 Supreme Court judges which Akufo-Addo wants to appoint to.
That's correct. Court. That's correct.
1. Then $250 million for energy sector facility. Another $250 million for the DBEP. And then 5 foreign companies for tax waivers, which amount to $350 million. As for those ones, that $350 million, Ellen, we know it's a means to loot from the state coffers. So now, who loses? After your marking, Supreme Court doesn't sit on Friday, but you went there and pushed them. You were told point blankly that we don't sit on Friday. So now, who has caused the mayhem? Since Parliament needs to sit from now, Ellen, till 14th November. That will be the end for this year for Parliament business. Then they all have to go and campaign in their various constituencies.
That's right.
Now, as it's being suspended, who loses? Parliament will not come back today. Parliament will not come back today. And Ellen, as I'm wrapping up,
yes,
everyone knows that 2020 election, NDC won the majority in Parliament. So coming in events cast their shadows. Now you've been exposed that you don't own majority in Parliament. So look at what is unfolding now. Shame on to NPP. When
Thank
it
you
is
so
good
much.
on your side, you accept it. But when it is good on the other side, that
Thank
one
you.
is wrong.
Greetings to Amamale. God bless you too. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sister Helen.
Who's speaking, please?
This is Hajia Akumapa, the freedom fighter from Medina.
Hajia, the freedom fighter. How is Medina this morning?
Medina and Sosu are doing very great.
Fantastic.
I'm telling the people of Medina to ignore those sicklers who are going around destroying Sosu's name. Sosu, in opposition for his first term, has done a lot, and he has a lot on the pipeline for us. So vote number 2 for Sosu and vote number 8 for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. My sister, my question this morning is, so, is it true that women are our own enemies?
Why do you say this, Hajia?
Yes.
What's going on?
Because looking at what Jen Mensah did in 2020, if not because we have someone like His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who so loved Ghana too much, if he used to be like Laurent Gbagbo, Ghana would be in trenches today.
Oh, well, that's not something that any of us want for our motherland. We don't want that.
Because we have a good leader called His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as a major opposition party. Secondly, I want to ask, this our mother, Tokonu.
You mean Chief Justice? Let's address it. Chief Justice, please, Hajia. Let's be considerate in our submissions. What do you want to say about that? Okay.
Is mother not valuable than a Supreme Court? What this?
Certainly. Let's hear you, Hajia. What are your critiques on this?
My question to them is that what she did, if through Supreme Court don't sit on Fridays, and she planned people to sit on this matter just to bring problem, brouhaha in the nation. What my question is going to is that these two women do want to plunge this country into mayhem.
Certainly, I don't believe that is the mandate of the CJ or the EC chair. Hello, good morning. Who's speaking? Where are you calling us from?
Helen, good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Who's speaking?
My name is Nee from East Legon.
Nee from East Legon. How is East Legon this morning?
To God be the glory.
Fantastic. You have the floor.
Helen, I always tell Johnny, Shayo.
So
Helen, let me ask you, isn't there a sensible, mature statesman who would speak for once for the people to calm their nerves? What is wrong with this? What is it? We choose party colors over the general public. You could see this thing is wrong, but because of party colors, somebody, a learned person will push his neck, put aside the school fees paid on his head by his parents, and whatever he has acquired for himself academically, and then go down the road because of party colors. What is wrong with that? Is it bipolar or is it? I think leaders of this country might go for medical checkup.
You think the partisanship is too much? It clouds our judgment.
It's too much. It's too much. Look, what I thought in the constitution needs interpretation. The speaker is a learned man.
You say it's straightforward. You believe the issues are straightforward. Okay.
Straightforward. What I thought, what is kind of interpretation? Was it written in Swahili or what, Latin? You see, we worry ourselves and then turn around and come and create a scene as if, we are doing the right thing, but you know what you are doing is wrong. And as Muhammad said it, he said posterity will be what? Posterity will judge it all.
Certainly, Nee. Thank you so much, Nee. Have a fantastic morning. I'll get on to my next caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Who's speaking? Where are you calling us from?
This is actually speaking from Spintex.
How is Spintex this morning?
Very cool.
Nice. You have the floor. Let's hear you, please.
Okay. First of all, I want to ask if the speaker don't have, let me say, anything to say, or let me say a caution to the judges or the Supreme Court to tell him or to order him not what he have to do in his chamber. Doesn't he have that mandate?
You say Parliament being independent, that they should have their own mandate to conduct their own affairs.
Yeah. Because we are just wondering how a case was filed, let's say today, and the next day an order was given out. And those 4 MPs, were they not on the notice of who that they are going for independence and others? So why the MPP side don't agree to this? They are rather telling Ghanaians that NDC rather want to bring chaos and others. In fact, if you are, let me say, a reasonable human being, you will not even get this. You won't get this. Yesterday, I was even surprised by the attitude of Mr. Appiah-Ampofo.
Why so?
Talking blah blah blah, theater of lawlessness, calling the whole house theater of lawlessness. So that place is lawlessness, and you are also sitting there. So many you are a lawless person.
Thank you for your submission. I'll get on to my next caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my sister. Helen. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Who am I speaking with?
This is your man. I'm calling from Ashama Zone.
I'm buying from Ashama. Let's hear you. You have the floor.
Oh, thank you very much. I've been telling Johnny always that President Akufo-Addo and Bawumia will go down as the worst leaders ever this country has ever had. Under their watch, look at what is happening in this country. Ellen, see, if we don't vote these MPP people out, the curse that is on this country, God will continue to put this curse on us. Because these people, when they were in opposition, they promised God that they will build a church to God. Up to now, they are not able to build a church. And do you think God will lift this curse on us? I have been advising these Ghanaian people that the 7th December they should go out to vote massively for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Thank you so much. And we rebuke the curse in Jesus' name. Hello, good morning. All right, we lost that last caller. 0559 242 717. That's 0559 242 717 or 0556 910 154. Hello, good morning.
Buffalatic Helen.
Papa BC, good morning.
Good morning, my dear. How are you, my dear?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
It's been a while. Where's Johnny?
Johnny is not too far away. Not too far away at all.
Okay, my greetings to him.
Certainly.
My sister, you know what? They say maturity or wisdom. It's a special gift.
Why do you say so?
Honorable Bagwin, the Speaker of Parliament, he has it. He has it. And he has indeed saved the situation. And MPP people should take note that Ghana is not for them alone. They can pack whatever it is at the Supreme Court there. They can pack whatever at Supreme Court there. But they will never get the chance this time around to deceive Ghanaians. Time is up for them. You understand me?
You say the time is up.
Your market, come again?
You said the time is up.
Time up. Time up for MPP to get out of the scene. Time up. Listen to me. Appiah Marcus is saying that they believe in rule of law. Is that not it? At the time that they walk out, when Bagwin, sanction those or sack those 4 people from Parliament, what was their position? MPP's position? It's not minority. Okay, they went to court, and the Supreme Court granted them that they are still in majority of. Speaker Bagwin should bring those people back or whatever it is. Now take note of it. At the time that you were living in minority, so the best thing for you to do after your markets, which I think he hasn't got that wisdom, is for you to just tell your people to sit at the minority side. Are you getting my point? Then the NDC at the majority side. So let the Speaker of Parliament now take the order of the court, the Supreme Court, which the head, Supreme Court head. Are you getting my point?
Indeed.
You get my point. So that's what they should have done. So not doing that, you can't tell me that your party believes in rule of law. You don't believe in the rule of law. Under the Nandon's government, it's got something. You sack the former Auditor General. And look at the time that the Supreme Court ruled that the president has head. Look at the SAR case. Supreme Court never touched it. Supreme Court never touched it. The people were not having run for over almost 8 years now. Is that not it?
Papa Bisi, thank you.
And the Supreme Court to tell us that they are for Ghanaians.
Thank you so much for your submission, Papa Bisi. I'll get on to my next caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Auntie Helen, good morning.
Good morning. Fantastic. How are you doing this morning?
By God's grace, I'm doing well.
Lovely.
My greetings to Mr. Hughes everywhere he is.
Certainly. All right.
And also, let me greet my senior man who just speaking.
Papa Bisi.
Papa Bisi.
Yes.
You know what, Auntie Helen? I wanted NDC people to form an association, or they organize some leadership training for Barbing to give it to some of we youth.
I see.
Because the quality that man have in terms of leadership is beyond what we think. You see, yesterday everybody was thinking, oh, this issue is going to be, and see the way he make it just simple. And some people was asking us, so has the parliament done with what they are doing today? I say, you people don't know what is going on. And you know what? After your marking, President wanted somebody who acts like the way he acts. I'm saying this because you see the way President spoke to some chiefs some days ago. The same thing happened. Yesterday, you saw his posture that he appeared fraud there when he was calling his colleagues to follow him to go.
You mean when he came in with his sunglasses on and was speaking with... Right, okay.
Yes.
What did you infer from his posture?
You see, the way he started even calling his people to get up... that in some MP, I know don't pray those people who were there.
Yes.
The way he was using his left to, get up. The posture.
Right.
So he totally he don't want to, he know what he's coming to do. And that set attitude. We sometimes watch actions before we comment on somebody. And that actions. So this person cannot be a leader. He's acting like the way our president acts. So they are all the same.
Thank you so much for your submission. Thank you so much. I'll get on to my next caller. Hello, good morning. My next and final caller as we make way for sports. Bilishan is in the building. Hello, good morning.
How are you?
Good morning. Who's speaking, please?
This is General from Adabraka.
General from Adabraka. How's Adabraka this morning?
Helen, we are managing the excess of Nana about sports. We are managing.
Certainly. You have the floor. Let's hear you.
Helen, you see, I think that our men and women in authority must understand. It is because the 34 million Ghanaians cannot occupy the bench, the chamber, and then the Flagstaff House. That is why we have nominated and elected them to exercise authority on our behalf.
Absolutely.
Not the way that they want. I feel ashamed and I am exceedingly scandalized by the conduct of the bench. I am asking why.
Why?
What is the bench talking about? We are talking about the prevention and representation of the people of this four constituency. Today, as we speak, the people of South have they not been paying taxes to the government? Don't they deserve representation in parliament? What are they talking about? And that is why I say Nanado is a lawless lawyer. I salute Mr. Bagby for his wisdom and maturity yesterday. Anytime I say Yomaki and his people reconvene the house, he should adjourn the house indefinitely. So that
Thank you.
Will know he already resides in the people of Ghana.
Thank you so much.
What is this?
Thank you. Very passionate indeed. God bless you. As well, park it here for Community Voices. A very, very big thank you to all of our amazing listeners for your active participation in this morning's Community Voices segment. Now, your engagement, it reflects the spirit of being citizens and not spectators. And I appreciate truly how articulate, informed, and passionate you all are. Very passionate indeed. But Bilishan is in the house. Sports coming up next. Bill, how are we doing? Good morning.
I'm good. Helen, how are you doing?
Nothing $1 million wouldn't solve, but as it stands now, by His grace.
Wow, $1 million.
Just $1 million. I'm not asking for much, just $1 million. 1 milli.
In this
a cool milli.
Ekufo-Addo economy.
This Ekufo-Addo economy, just a cool milli to do some one or two things. Well, what's the first thing you would buy if you had $1 million cold hard cash?
Oh, a house.
A house?
Yeah, for my family.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're not going to rent a private jet, get all your friends, go to Las Vegas, have a crazy weekend.
No. You have to build more wealth. So buy a house.
That's the on-air answer. Off-air, I'll find out exactly what Beleshon would do with that $1 million. I know there's some lady B you have your eye on. Maybe you take her on a nice outing, a nice meal.
No, I'm not dating, right?
Hey, this is a public service announcement too. Beleshon, he's put it out there to whom it may concern. Well, Bill, it's good to see you. I was away when Ghana faced off against Sudan.
Yeah.
When is the next match?
It's in November.
Yeah. And as far as the standing goes, where are we?
Ghana are currently third with just 2 points from a possible 12. They need to win their next 2 games. These are the final 2 games. That's one. They have to win it first.
And then
when they win, they have to play Sudan, who loses their final 2 games before they can qualify.
Oh my goodness. So the Black Stars have to win their next 2 games.
Yeah.
Sudan has to lose their next 2 games.
Yes.
The Sudanese side, they're a formidable force, aren't they?
Yeah, and Kwesi Appiah, I mean, they have a coach who has a lot of experience. I think they've not really played football as a team because of political tensions in Sudan, and most of the players are actually supposed to be playing in the Sudanese league. They don't usually go outside, and so it's a big credit to Kwesi Appiah getting them to still play so well, so competitively, and still be the Black Stars.
That's amazing. Well, the calculations have already started. Will you be surprised if Ghana loses out on AFCON?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Seeing the performances they put up, they weren't able to defeat Niger. Angola, they lost to them in Kumasi, breaking a long old 20-year-old record. We saw what they did against Sudan. Even when they created a lot of chances here in Accra, they
still couldn't score.
So, I mean, if Ghana doesn't qualify, I don't think it would really be.
And ultimately, if by a stroke of luck we actually make our way through to AFCON, would you be even more worried that as we actually enter the tournament, we won't have what it really takes to see us
I'll be a lot
through?
more worried. I think, over the last 2 competitions in the AFCON, Ghana hasn't won any match, and they were knocked out in the group stages.
In fact, our last AFCON was our worst AFCON appearance, was it not?
Even the one
prior to that, yes, I believe so.
Yeah, also our worst.
Enkoye mama, and Samsung Koye papa. Well, the sports is up next with Beleshon. Don't go anywhere.
The best in the morning.